My name is Brad Burgess, and I'm actually going to be a senior this fall at the University of Kansas, which is pretty crazy to think about. And my major is communication, and I'm minoring in business with a certificate in entrepreneurship. Summer, I was actually lucky enough to intern in Chicago, which was the number one city I wanted to work in. It has been super awesome, and it's an awesome city. But yeah, I was hired to be the brand ambassador and social media marketing intern for Coffee Bros Moving Company. And I actually found this internship through Indeed. So I looked at different job search engines like Monster, Indeed, Glassdoor. I used all of those a lot, and I came across this internship and I got hired. Application process was actually pretty long, so I actually started applying to jobs in January and did not get hired until finals week in May. So it took me about 16 weeks to find this internship. So it takes a long time, so be prepared for that. And then the hiring process was honestly relatively easy. I just went through a couple interviews. I went through multiple interviews with some different companies that I didn't get hired by, so I felt pretty prepared at that point. But really, all the interviews were really similar and all pretty easy. Just be prepared, be ready to talk about yourself, and really set yourself up above everybody else that's applying for those same jobs. The brand ambassador side of my internship, I actually went to over 20 different marketing and networking events for Coffee Bros Moving Company. And so at these events, I'd either connect with pretty much hundreds of customers, or I would really go through networking efforts to try to connect with realtors or different people in our same industry to try to just get our name out there and be the number one recommendation that they would have for their customers. So that was really the brand ambassador side. For the social media marketing, I made a lot of posts on Facebook, Instagram, Google, everything like that. And so I went through all the posts and yeah, and made those. And I worked right with my supervisor, with the marketing coordinator, and worked with her on those posts. And we were able to increase actually the likes total and our following numbers. So it was really exciting. Actually, the first post that I helped create with her was their most liked post that they have had ever up until that point. We actually had a couple more that surpassed it throughout the summer. But yeah, huge improvements. It was really fun to help them out. I took a entrepreneurship, I think it was 303 at KU, and it was all about social media marketing. And I actually took that in the spring semester. So I walked right into the internship with all that knowledge in my back pocket, and I was ready to go and ready to obviously make a nice large impact on their social media marketing. So those were pretty much what I had to do during my time during the last couple months with the internship. So one of the best parts actually of this internship was I was able to learn a lot of information and walk away with a lot of knowledge about new business and marketing concepts, as well as the real estate market and the industry as a whole. But I think that the best aspect for me about this internship this summer has been the flexibility that they offer. And so as long as I got my projects on time and worked the minimum amount of hours a week, they were really flexible with when I could work. And so I actually got to just make my own schedule, which was really, really nice because I got to really also be able to experience Chicago that way and have time to enjoy the city and live in the city, which is a whole other aspect of internships that's kind of forgotten a little bit, is that you're going to be working and living in the city that you either aren't from, or you're living alone, or with roommates that you don't know very well. So that's a whole other part of this internship that I really have been able to appreciate, thankfully, because of the flexible schedule. So the last three pieces of advice I have, first off, to anybody interested in an internship, would to be absolutely pursue an internship. It's been probably definitely a life-changing experience for me and one of the best experiences of my life. So I absolutely recommend it to anybody who is even kind of interested. You will not regret it. It has been totally great and awesome, and you learn so much along every step of the way. Secondly, apply to some cool places. Just like live in a spot that's unique. Live in a big city. Go to a town or a city that you might always have had some interest in living in, but might not want to fully commit to it or things like that. It's just a really great summer to take advantage of and take advantage of any city that you're living in or working at. And lastly, don't get discouraged and yeah, just keep pushing through, keep applying places. It's really hard to not get down on yourself, but I applied to well over 100 internships and I only got interviews at like 10 or 15. and only got a second interview at like five of those. So yeah, it's hard, but don't get down on yourself and keep pushing through. You're gonna find an internship and it's gonna be awesome, and you can learn so much from wherever you go, even a small moving company in Chicago. So yeah, definitely apply everywhere, get whatever internship you can, and live it up and have a great summer. And yeah, no regrets. It's awesome. It's so much fun, and you're gonna learn a lot. So yeah, that's my advice. And rock chalk, everyone.